Hey y'all, so it is officially 3:35 on May 2nd, 2025, and I am doing my reading challenge. I'm gonna finish up the two books that are 50% in my Kindle, but if you can't see that one, but that is LB's She-Wolf Alpha. So after my two books, which shouldn't take me long, I'm gonna go work on that. Wish me luck. Hey y'all, so it's about 8:40-ish. I am ashamed to say that those two books took me 2 hours to read. So I didn't actually get to read this, She-Wolf Alpha by LB, until probably like 5:45-ish. So, I mean, between having to take the breaks between the dog and the child and everything else I needed to do, this took me about 3 hours to read. Gotta admit though, it was damn good. I rated a 4, honestly. I do like that this takes off of My Night Blue 3, where LB didn't get with the love of his life. He let her go to have a different life. So it's interesting. I definitely recommend it. I don't know what I'm going to read next, so I'll let you know. I read this. This is She-Wolf Alpha by LB Hartdog, and this is the 4th book in the My Night Blue series. For me, I rated this a solid 4. This one continues off of My Night Blue 3, where LB has changed the world. Now, if you remember, My Night Blue 3 had 2 alternate endings. This one goes off the one where he did not end up with the love of his life. In this one, Juju is trying to find out what happened to her family because something bad had happened. No, I'm not going to tell you. You have to read the book. One thing leads to another. She ends up fighting an alpha from a pack. Of course, the alpha loses. She becomes alpha. And then she ends up finding, like, her childhood housekeeper and learning so much about her, who she is, because she's a direwolf and she's huge, apparently. She also finds that she has a mate. Her wolf is more fond of it than she is, but she's trying. And then if you don't remember Guy from the first 3 books, you really should go back and read. But Guy's here as well. And he does some damage. He really does. This was a good read. I love the storyline. I love the characters. It was good drama. It really was, because honestly, to find out how the direwolves came to be was really cool. The twist on it is really awesome. I highly recommend that you read the book. Hey y'all, so it's a little after 9 and I think I'm going to read this. This is The Return of Avalon, The Knights of Camelot, Book 1. It's by D. Williams. It's supposed to be a real short read. I think it's about 150 pages. I need something to decompress. I want to do Duplicity tomorrow. So wish me luck on this. It is almost 1:30 in the morning. I got caught up reading this series. The Knights of Camelot series by D. Williams. I'm on the 3rd book. It's called The Redemption of Atlantis. I read 1 and 2. I'm about 65% of the way in on the 3rd one, but I am so drop dead tired. Like 5 hours of reading? I don't know, something like that. 4 or 5 hours reading. I'm too tired to figure it out. But I'll see y'all in the morning. The Knights of Camelot series by D. Williams. Do not ask me why I picked this one up. I have no idea. The fact that it says The Return of Avalon was probably what it was. But let me tell you, it was not what I expected. The whole series, every single book was a 4. I loved every book. But let's talk about it. In book 1, The Return of Avalon, apparently the Knights of Camelot and King Arthur and all of them are elves. I love the take on it. I know I'm laughing, but I love the take on it. Okay. They're like hidden away by some magical dome, frozen in time by a curse from Morgana. Okay? And in the real world, apparently we've come past World War III, and something happened to where now children aren't being born. It just can't happen. Arthur is also the world serpent, world dragon as he calls himself. And he one day gets like this itch in his skin where he's just got to get out and go. And he finds out that his mate is a human woman. Although he's been with his lover for hundreds of years, who is a male. This is the second one. It is The Rise of Avalon. And in this one, all hell breaks loose. Okay. Someone steals the MFC. And this is, of course, right before shit has to happen. I'd also like to point out that not only is Arthur the fated mate, there's also his lover is the fated mate. So it's the three of them. They're fated mates. They all three get married. There's a child being involved. Things happen. This is where all the excitement happens. Okay. Do not get me wrong, the first book is just as good, but this is where the excitement happens. This is The Redemption of Atlantis. This is the third book in the series. No, I do not think it is the last, and the only reason I do not think it is the last is because of the way this one leaves off. However, this one involves Percival, who is obviously one of Arthur's knights, and the MFC from the first two, her best friend. She's the MFC in this one. She finds out she's fated mates with Percival, and there's a whole thing happening. Apparently, he's from Atlantis. And he's like 600 years old. I'm telling you, the twist on these stories is fantastic. I absolutely love them. And if there is a fourth book coming out on this one, which I really, really hope there is, I cannot wait to read this. I highly recommend the whole series. They're all about 150 pages. They're real quick reads. Real quick reads. But they're oh so damn good. Hey y'all. So I am going to start reading the third book in the Knights of Camelot series by D. Williams. It is about 9:40 in the morning. And then as soon as I finish that, I am moving on to LB's fifth book. So, I'll let you know what I get there. Hey y'all, so it's about 12:50-ish, like close to that. I just finished this. Bamptilia Return to Christina. It's the fifth book in the series. It got better towards the end. Like, I was honestly thinking like a 3.5 the whole time. I'd still sit around 3.5, 3.75 for this book. And I think my biggest issue with this is I'm not a fan of Guy or Christina as characters. I just don't like them from the original series. So I think that kind of played a big factor. Like, I think you have to like the characters to actually truly enjoy this. But this, it was still a good read. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. I read this. This is Bamptilia, Return to Christina by L.B. Hartog. This is the fifth one in his Mine Night Blue series. For me, this was like a 3.5. Let me see if I can explain them. So in this one, Guy, who is in the first three and the fourth one, goes to Bamptilia to find Christina. Okay? Because Christina is his heart and soul. Okay, that's his mate and that's who he wants. Along the way, shit happens. You find, this takes off of the My Night Blue 3 book with the alternate books ending, where LB did not end up with the love of his life. He changed everything, so he changed everybody's circumstances. Christina has a husband. She's like in charge in her little area. But yeah, shit's happening, okay? He ends up fighting her, but unfortunately he ends up at the end to save her. Okay. And she ends up pregnant. She has a child between the two of them. But there's like this big twist and everything else. It's a good read. It truly is. But I think for me, because I was never fond of Christina and Guy, ever. Like, I didn't like them in the first 3 books, and I definitely didn't like Guy in the 4th book. I think this is not as enjoyable for me. I think you have to like the characters to truly enjoy this story. It is a good read. It is well written. It has a great storyline, the whole 9. The characters are my problem with this book, and that's the reason why it just wasn't as enjoyable for me. Hey y'all. So it's about 1:20ish. I've got chores to do around the house, and I need to like feed myself, because I haven't eaten. But I figured it's the perfect time to pop my earbuds in and listen to Duplicity. Now, I started this one months ago. Months and months and months ago. This has been sitting for like ever. I think I originally started as an arc, and I have not been able to pick it up. Went back and forth between slumps, and it just, this, if the little bit I've read so far is any indication of what this book is going to be like, this is going to be a lot harder to get through than the first book. The first book was dark, and it was hard to get through, but it was good. But I've been struggling with this, so fingers crossed for me. I told you this would break me. It is 5:50 right now. I listened to this at like 3 speed. When I tell you the only reason these kind of book gets a 4 from me, like, is because it is so triggering. Please, I recommend the series if you like dark. I absolutely 100% do. But if you have triggers, don't read this. Don't read this at all if you have any triggers. This shit'll kill you. It is so good, but it'll kill you. Now I don't know what I need. I know what I need. I need quick, happily ever after, insta-love bullshit to decompress my mind. I need something good. Oh my god. That was such an intense read. I read this. This is Duplicity by M.D. Kendall. And let me tell you right now, this is a fucking dark read. And if you have fucking triggers, do not touch this book. This was a 4 for me, and it almost broke me. So this is book 2 out of the Ambivalence series. Now, Ambivalence. I absolutely enjoyed the first book. It was dark, it had triggers, but it was good. Or it was about twins, a male and a female, and what was happening, which was, bad. This is the fallout from that. The male twin ends up taking pretty much the entire fall and ends up in jail, while the female twin is suffering with the consequences of everything else. She's struggling to put one foot in front of the other, while also trying to untangle herself from her twin. And he takes it so badly. I have said this before, and I will say it again. I don't have triggers. I've never had a book where something triggered me so badly where I had to put it down. I've never had a book where I'm like, nope, I'm not going to read that. Okay, minus horror, but that's this book was so hard to read, to listen to. It broke something in me. Watching her go from point A and going all the way down, and watching what her twin does, and just, oh my god, it broke me. I shattered. If I had a trigger, this would be it. The whole book would be it. But it's so good at the same time that I couldn't stop reading it. I don't know how I'm going to read book 3. If it's anything like this one, I don't know how I'm going to. I want to, but I don't know how I'm going to. It's about 6:30. instead of doing anything to decompress, I am just going to go right into Armor of Lies by J. Michael Knight. This has been, again, sitting in my Kindle for God knows how long. I am about 80 pages in already. Again, this is something I've been trying to read. So I think I'm going to pop my earbuds in, put it in at 3 speed, and get it knocked out. I finished it. It is 8:35. I finished it. Honestly, I give it like a solid 4. For a contemporary romance, it's actually pretty damn good. I'm not mad at it. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it because it still has that very slice of life vibe, but drama and everything going on is the reason why it's actually damn really good. Now, I'm going to read some happily ever after, insta-love, mountain man, biker, boy bullshit because I seriously need to decompress. I'll let you know in the morning how many I got done. I read this. This is Armor of Lies by J. Michael Knight. Now, I ended up rating this a 4. It got better as it went through. And if you know anything about me, I am not a slice of life vibe contemporary romance type of girl. However, this was damn good. I am going to tell you this does have some triggers in it, so please, for the love of God, check them. But this one follows the MMC. You get what happened to him as a child to what led him to who he is now. Armor of Lies is basically the MMC lies a lot about who he is, about his past, about just everything. Anything that would be more than surface level, he lies. Because it is his armor. Get it? Armor of Lies. Until he meets his match. And his match is the MFC, and she is a journalist. He met his match, and he's struggling to try and keep everything from boiling over. The lies start to taste foul on his tongue. He doesn't want to lie to her, but he doesn't want to tell her the truth because he's so scared. Until his past comes and bites him in the ass. I gotta say, she handled it better than I would have ever imagined anyone handling that. But when she found out why he does what he does, why all the lies, it makes sense why she handled it so graciously. And the way she took charge to make sure that he still had a little bit of control on how everything came out was just chef kiss, all right? It was beautiful. The story is well written. The characters are well done. It does have a slice of life vibe, but it is so well done that it doesn't feel like it. It's a good read. I definitely recommend you try it. Hey y'all. So let's go over my reading challenge. And I have everything written down. Okay. So I started my reading challenge on May 2nd at 3:35, and I ended it on Sunday. Probably between 9 and 10 p.m. I read sporadically throughout the day Sunday. However, I know I didn't make any recordings because my old phone, the motherboard, was frying. So I couldn't use it. For my reading challenge, I read 15 books in a grand total of 28 hours. Remember, Friday evening, Saturday, and sporadically on Sunday. Okay? I started with Surrender. Now, remember, I only read the last 50% of this book. Not the whole thing. I did Fooling the Forward. Again, only the last 50% of this book. Not the whole thing. And She-Wolf Alpha. Read the whole thing. Then I read Return to Avalon. The whole thing. Rise of Avalon. The whole thing. And Redemption of Atlantis. The whole thing. The series was phenomenal. Go read. Then read Return to Christina. Whole thing. Duplicity. Now, I was about maybe 10 to 15% in when I started this. So I finished the whole thing. But I only read maybe like 85 to 90% of it. Armor of Lies. I was like on page 80 when I started this, so I finished it. I probably read like 70% of the book during this reading challenge. Then I read Invading the Enforcer, the whole thing. Obeying the Owner, the whole thing. And then I read Wanted, the whole thing. Reclaimed, the whole thing. Dash, the whole thing. And Bear, the whole thing. The longest book I read was Duplicity. The shortest book I read is kind of a toss-up between Dash and Bear. Everything else was in between. So I read mostly novel-length books with a few novellas thrown in. So the 15 wasn't like it was, I read 15 books at 100%. So don't think that. But after Duplicity, the smaller books and the Happily Ever Afters and everything else, those were needed. I have to say though, I'm really happy.